Welcome to the Smite Force Chronicles, brought to you by the holiday season. It's October. Are your decorations up? Are you ready for 3 months of holiday fandango? I sure am. I feel like we need this. Feel like this is not a work thing, but I feel like this D&D group needs to get together at some point and celebrate just 3 years of D&D. How weird is that?
Yeah,
And
I'm
while
gonna
we
get to find out how tall everyone is.
we've met us in person because you were
We
about
met one time. I remember everyone was like, "You're taller than I thought," because I was so shy during the internship.
oh yeah, you were so
I'm
shy.
only 3'4", so
All right, let's see here. Before you guys make any more jokes and we end up violating some sort of terms of service. So you guys had made your way from Daggerford, where you have officially been put on at least some sort of a quest for the Harpers to find Wayfinder parts to potentially thwart the end of times due to whatever the hell the Black Cult of the Dragon has going on. You made your way down the river. You did tangle with a couple of Black Cultists. For that one moment in time, you were in God mode and decimated everyone. But alas, you came out on top despite a couple of you going down pretty hard. That said, Captain Smirts was super, super excited about getting you guys to Seacomer to celebrate the Festival of the Jumble Jester. He loves to drink. He loves to eat. This is really his jam. You met a lot of townspeople. You partook of the goodness that was ale to the king, and hell yeah, you guys came out on top. So exciting stuff for the lot of you. Well, at least for 3 of you. The participants were Alexandria, Tyros, and Glory. Now we do have a little subterfuge going on with Tempe having disguised himself as a barmaid. The tips are rolling in. The information is potentially going to roll in. We've got Dinjarin and Stefanos are, looks like with Captain Redbeard just hanging out, having some drinks, enjoying, what's her name? Enjoying the dance moves of Ganiel, who hopped up on Dinjarin's table and just started to dance. Good times were had by all. On that note, you guys did come out on top on the Ale to the King. Time has progressed. You've been wined. You've been dined. The sun has begun to set. It's a little after 7 p.m. And in about 30 minutes, the main event's going to start, where Mysterio the Illusionist is going to put on the big show that everyone's looking forward. You can see all around the arena, people have already started to gather. So with that, what are you guys going to do in the next half hour? Now, Tyros is not here to lead. So who is your leader for this session?
An investigation or insight or something on Mysterio. I don't trust him. I think he's up to something. Not least because I take issue with his riddle.
Yes, right. You were not a fan. 100%. I will have the 3 of you. Actually, I'm gonna have you, Alexandria. I'm gonna roll an insight check. And our first check of the day. You got to roll your check, Alexandria. There it is. It takes a second. Holy crap, 26. Yeah, so your insight, what it's going to tell you about Mysterio here is that from what you can tell, he's an illusionist. Let me open up his character sheet. Mysterio. Hold on, the main stage. And just a reminder, I'll give you a little picture of Mysterio.
So, I think they
There we go.
why are these characters dancing around?
Oh, they're just having fun. They hear the music from the main stage, the music on the little side stage. They're just sort of hanging out, just walking around. It is weird that they don't seem to they seem to face the same position no matter where they go. I don't know when that happened, but we're just gonna roll with it. They're just very very athletic. Yeah. So Mysterio, from what you can tell, he can't be trusted, but it's in the way that you don't trust really any magician or illusionist. Like, they're always telling half truths and lies, right? That's part of their DNA. He hasn't done anything or said anything that would cause you pause, other than the fact that you did not like his riddle. I believe the answer was magic, and the riddle was, I'm neither creature nor a thing, yet I can be wielded by both the young and old, wise and foolish. With a simple flick, I can create wonders or unleash destruction. What am I? And the answer was magic, which you guys did get, and you all felt the answer should have been. Can't remember what it was.
Words, language, flick of the tongue.
Yeah. Which, while I understand where you're coming from, that would have been a near miss, seeing that he is a magician, or an illusionist, if you will. He does seem a little shorter, just from your inside. Like, he does seem a little shorter than you would have expected. From a distance, you thought he'd be taller. So you also might be picking up on some sort of like, a little extra vibrato to make up for his sort of self-consciousness about his height. But he is an actor, and it is not uncommon for actors to be shorter than the average height of people. That's true in real life as well.
How short are we saying, like 5'6" or like 5'4"?
No, he's somewhere between 5'3" and 5'4".
Okay.
And he is a human, right? So while it's not uncommon to see characters of different heights throughout the Pharaoh, he's a little on the shorter side for a human, right? But his robes, like, he probably has on some platforms under his robes, so just to sort of make things sort of work out. But he has this big ass grin. He's just smiling at you because he's very excited about getting ready to do his magic show, and you guys will get to be up on stage and participate. So on that, I'm going to go to the other group and ask if there's anything that they want to do before we progress 30 more minutes. So heading over to the table with the dancing.
So where am I? Am I with the dancing people?
You are. Oh yeah, Toph is down. Yeah, I'll put you in the same table as them if you want. Oh no, wait, you're with you're with
I'm the only one with the dance. I'm the only one with the dancing person.
Yeah, so Dinjarin's hanging out with Captain Redbeard. And Toph and Stephanos, are pulling pints. And where is Tempe? Oh yeah, and Tempe's over by the main stage.
Guard Mediero.
Yeah, he's talking.
Keep an eye out for that cut purse.
So then let's do that now.
Hi, lass. What's up?
I just wanted to tell you I bumped into a cut purse over there. I forget his name. It's like Slippy Fingers or something.
Now you must be referring to Fenton. Fenton can't be trusted. Can't be trusted, yes. He thinks he's shifty, but alas, the guard has its eye definitely on Fenton. Rascal.
Good to know. Can I offer you a pint?
Oh, not while I'm on duty, but I get off in about a half an hour.
All right, find me then. I get off at about, I don't know, a few hours, but When you're ready for a pint, you let me know.
Indeed, I will. I will. I'm gonna hold you to that.
All right. Until then, love.
So, and with that, and you're able to move, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna move back over to Toph.
Yeah, and I am gonna put on free movement. Yeah, so you guys should be able to do sort of your thing. All right, so Dinjarin, you're up with Captain Redbeard.
Yeah, really quick, just game logistics. I was looking at the quest log to see if there was information on this current quest. Yeah. And I noticed we still have Escape Aquatic Crypt, Explore Aquatic Crypt. Did we solve those, fail those? Like,
that's, we got to talk about that. So, like, the quest log is, I need to know if you guys, did you want to use the quest log? So it's an optional thing. And if so, then I'm happy to let you guys use it.
If I'm the only one who's going in and looking at it, then we don't need to. But
well, I mean, the irony is that we also do pretty readily lose track of quests.
Right? Yeah, well, that's partially why I was going in, because I was like, wait, what are the mines we're going to call?
Yeah, but let me go into the quest log. Yeah,
because I don't remember. I know Dinjarin probably wouldn't remember either because he's not.
Yeah. So look, I guess you've escaped the you've escaped the aquatic crypt. You have not rebuilt the Arcanic Wayfinder, which is maybe one of the reasons to use this, because it'll help you keep track of that. You did not. So if you look at what you could do to explore the aquatic crypt, explore every room, dispatch all monsters, and find all secrets. You didn't do all of that. Yeah, so that one is not completable unless you ever go back. And you know what? I think maybe we should use this thing, quite honestly. Right? Like, just for the main ones. I'll play with this a little bit later this weekend. Because I can also set it up that you can add your own to track stuff for yourself. Right? So if you're trying to do XYZ, this might become useful for side quests, for background quests, etc.
It seems super useful. I didn't realize it existed. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those, as you know, everything in this game is manual, right? I have to set everything up. So if I don't create the quests, then there's nothing to complete. But I do think for some of these larger items or larger quests, I think it is worth using. So good push, Dinjarin. I will update it to make it make sense, and get you guys like looped into it. I will just ask that you guys ask about it like this. Ask about it once in a while, like, hey, let's update the quest or XYZ. So it does make sense. Okay. I just need to. I'm hoping that I can share them between campaigns, because I would love to make all the quests and then just let them be available everywhere and not just for one group. But I'll find out. Okay. Now that I remembered that even existed. So yeah, you're talking to Captain Redbeard. Do you have anything you want to chat? I think he's told you a little bit about the area, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes. I want to ask. So I want to ask. Like I say, Captain Redbeard. So what type of captain are you? Are you like a boat captain, captain of the guard, captain of, like, what are you a captain of?
Yes. Military. I've I'm not actually a captain anymore. I've long since retired from my time serving the greater good, and find most of my days are recounting my tales and sharing my stories. I've traveled throughout Farron and beyond. I've had an interesting life.
Interesting. Have you heard of anything interesting happening in some mines that might be around here? Mines of Melvin, Melverdor, something like that. I don't know.
Are you referring to the mines of Tethiamar?
That's it. The Tethiamar mines. Anything interesting?
You are the second person to ask me about the mines on this day.
Oh, who was the first person? That's interesting.
They were a shady group. If you see gentlemen in dark robes, often purples and reds, avoid them. Avoid them like the plague. They're part of some dragon cult.
Interesting. What were they asking about the mines? If you don't mind me asking, what kind of information were they wanting?
Well, a black cult of the dragon. Yeah. Look, not specific to the mines, but I've heard a tale or two about this group, right? And I said they were nosing around earlier. They've been stirring up trouble for a good while now, worshiping dragons and summoning monsters and all sorts of unsavory things. They seem to be looking for parts of some sort of a magical wayfinder or pathfinder or something.
that sounds funny. A magical pathfinder. I wonder what they're trying to do with that. Find their way home? I don't know. Fuck. Like I always just follow yellow brick roads, but that
to be frank, I don't know much about it. Like this thing. But look, I just got pulled over. But I don't know much about this arcanic wayfinder, mind you. But look, I've heard whispers of strange goings on, right? Odd findings, in the wild. Gems that are glowing like starlight, metal fragments etched with ruins. Rumors say these artifacts are scattered all over, hidden in the deep forest, buried under mountain ranges and lost ancient ruins. Perhaps those mines that you mentioned. But they're just rumors. Tall tales spun by drunkards and dreamers. Still, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And if you're looking into this, be careful. The cult doesn't take kindly to meddling. And meddling with ancient artifacts, well, that's a whole other kettle of fish.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. I hate fish personally, especially cooked over a kettle. Yeah, that's the worst.
Yes.
These fellas in the cloaks. After you talk to them, did they stick around? Are they somewhere here enjoying the festivities, or did it seem like they ran off?
They dipped in, and I saw them noodling around, talking to people, and no sooner were they here than they were gone. And good riddance to them, I say. They were shady and up to no good for sure.
Yeah, I agree. If someone were, say, to be interested to go into the Thelamar Bolin mines, what would be the fastest way to get there from here? Would you happen to know?
I mean, it's a journey, right? You by road or by river, at some point you're going to want to get to the city of Lork. Lork is sort of the one of the last bits of civilization before you head into both the mountains and the Badlands. The mine, from my recollection, is somewhere to the south of the Badlands, right, just beyond the mountains. Now there is a main road that goes right through the mountains. It's pretty much your direct route, but you get to that from Lork.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. I yell up over at the Karina. Karina, 2 more flagons of ale for my fine friend over here.
I do appreciate it, and my friend, don't go exploring ancient mines. No good will come of that.
Oh, trust me, and caverns and underground tunnels, we do not go together well. I can tell you a whole accident of tripping and getting stuck in a cavern and just some crazy shit that happened. But that's for another time.
Well, that's great. Between you and I don't like to go more than a day without the sun beating upon my brow. Here's
I'm kind of used to
travel in
the
daylight.
underground.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Well, thank you very much. And take a big gulp of my ale.
Yeah, and he just settles back into his drink, his sort of his sort of eyes sort of glazing over as he recounts his past adventures. So on the plus side, it seems like there has been some black cult at least activity here, right? Sort of connecting some dots. How about Stephanos and Toph?
I'm gonna walk through from where we were sitting towards the stage, and along the way, I'm looking for funnel cake.
Ooh, funnel cake. Well, let's see where the funnel cake can be found. You weren't here last week, correct? Or were you here?
Correct.
Yeah.
I was not.
Yeah. So the funnel cake can be found just at the northeast entrance. Serene the baker has a fine collection of pies and many other things.
Oh, the horrors. I think I went in the wrong direction. My funnel cake dreams may have to wait.
Alrighty. There we go. Awesome. So, Stephanos, what about you? Toph has made her way to the stage.
I was missing last week too, so I'm just trying to familiarize myself with this map. But is this stage where we left?
Oh, okay. So there's two stages. There's a small stage where there's some musicians playing music, that wooden stage, and then there's a big stone amphitheater in sort of to the east, and that's where some of your party have gathered for the big festival. The festival will be starting in about 5 minutes.
I'll start heading over there.
Awesome. The free movement is there. Dinjarin, are you hanging tight, or are you going to be joining the rest of them for the festival?
I will walk over there and watch the festival as well.
Fantastic. All right, so let me get into view here.
I can't seem to move my character.
Say what now? You can't move
Might
your character.
be colliding into stuff. I was having an issue where it kept telling me I was hitting things.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
That's
I just
it.
had to do
Maneuver
smaller
around.
steps.
Yeah, and you see the crowd sort of stop milling around. Why can't I change? There we go. They sort of stop milling around, and people make their way to this main stage. And as the darkness continues to set in. So it's about 8:30, and you hear the music sort of rise on the stage. Is everyone where they're going to be?
Really quick, how do you do the half step again? Where you're not in a square, but like in between?
You hold shift down.
Okay, cool, thank you.
So, any of the party members, because you're all together, that want to participate, the three have to because they were the Elder of the King. Anyone else who wants to participate can make their way up to the stage. There is no pressure to participate, but anyone who comes up, Mysterio starts to sort of put you around sort of a half circle, right? So, for your participation.
I'll stay back.
Let me see, and Glory is aiming sort of this way. And this way. The OCD side of me can't stand the fact that people aren't equally spaced and looking lovely with it just the right angle. Oh, did you know if you hold your Alt key down and rotate, you can do a fine rotation if you have a scroll wheel? I think you can use 2 fingers on the Mac to drag up and down, but I don't find that's as accurate. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I'm running into some weird issue where anytime I try to move my character right now, it's just pinging. And if I try to do Alt, it's like highlighting all the characters on the map.
What do you have selected?
I have the person and then the token control are red. So I should be able to grab my character.
Yeah, but there's no movement right now, so you shouldn't be able to move him.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't even spin my character around in a circle with him.
I had that issue earlier, and I don't know what was happening. But where is Dinjarin? There's Stefano. She's aimed the right direction.
Right there.
I can't spin you either. Oh, wait, there you go. Well, I got you spinning now.
I got it. Cool.
All right. So you guys have taken your place along the edges of the stage, and everyone starts to sort of calm down as the main event begins. The festival grounds have transformed from a bustling day of jubilant challenge and playful riddles. The evening has turned the venue into a mesmerizing spectacle of light and sound. A crowd is gathered around the main stage of the amphitheater, a collective sense of anticipation in the air. You are at the heart of it, the chosen guests of honor. You stand on stage next to the enigmatic figure known as Mysterio, the illusionist. Here's a picture of Mysterio. There he is. So, Mysterio, a tall figure with an elaborate robe embroidered with enigmatic symbols, gazes across the crowd. He raises his arms, and a hush descends. His voice echoes through the amphitheater, resonating and inviting.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to witness the impossible as we embark on a journey through the realms of illusion.
So yeah, he's a magician, so therefore slightly annoying. There's this large cage positioned on the center of the stage, and it's sturdy, it's metallic, you can see into it and through it. It's empty right now. And then he looks across the group of you and says,
You there. Rogue. Honored guest. Ruler of the Jumble Jester. Drinker and thinker alike. Please come forward and step into my cage of illusion.
So you see Tyros has this big grin on his face and playing along like you have to. And fun, true story. I went to Las Vegas and went to what group is it? It was called Mystique. Who's all over Vegas? The really weird acrobats and all that. That's
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil. And the Cirque du Soleil group pulled me up on stage in Las Vegas in that giant amphitheater and made me dance and do all sorts of magics. It was the inspiration for this magic trick. But anyway, we can talk about that on some other day. So the crowd erupts in cheers with encouragement. Being a good sport and never one to turn down a spotlight, Tyros makes his show of stepping onto the stage. So, with sort of vibrato and playing along. You haven't seen this side of Tyros. He's suddenly like a theater kid, very excited to be sort of the center of attention.
Now fear not, honored heroes of the jest. You all have a role to play in this dance of illusion. Behold, candles of wonder.
He hands each of you a candle, and each flickers with a different flame, red, blue, green, and gold. The crowd watches in silence, entranced by the spectacle.
With the power of fire, we shall challenge the boundaries of our reality.
And with that, man, toggling between these voices is hard. So with that, he drapes a tarp over the top of the cage. His command comes ringing through the air to all of you, and he says,
the fire!
And as instructed, you behold the candles up to the tarp, and it instantly catches on fire, consumed by dazzling rainbows and flames. And the crowd gasps for a moment.
Yes.
All is noise and light and heat. Here's a nice close-up of the thing.
Dinjarin pulls out his sword and runs up on the stage and says, "You foul demon! What have you done with our friend?"
You can pull out your sword, but all of this is happening too fast for you to do much yet. And right now he's just sort of doing his thing. So anyway, as instructed, you guys light this thing on fire, and like there's all this light and heat. And as quickly as it began, the fire recedes, and the tarp is gone. Your companion has vanished. The crowd erupts into applause and cheers. Mysterio bows, the showman to the end.
The power of illusion, my dear friends. I am Mysterio.
All right, now I've got to scroll down.
Our friend back.
Well, there's a whole little thing that I'd be telling your friend right now if they were actually here. But I don't have to do it because they're not. I'll text it to them later on. So anyway, as the curtains of illusions fall behind the scenes, the spotlight is still trained on the remaining members of your party, right, on this grand stage. Mysterio, the grand illusionist, spins on his heel and he faces you with a wide grin adoring his mysterious face.
Ladies and gentlemen, the journey through the realms of illusion is not over yet.
And with a flourish of his hands, his fingers dancing in a complex rhythm and weaving threads of magic in the air, as he walks, he begins to chant, his voice dropping into an enthralling whisper.
Abracazam! Eldoricto Illusonium! Why did I make these words so hard to say?
Each word seems to hang in the air, shimmering with a... Let me give you this image. Boom. Each word hangs in the air with the shimmering with the power that you can all feel vibrating in your bones. The candles in your hands flicker and dance, their flames reflecting on Mysterio's eyes, creating a spectacle of color and of light.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, behold the final act.
And with that, as the last syllable from his voice echoes, and Dinjarin, as you have your sword and you're ready to roll and ready to head to the stage, there's a sudden burst of smoke and sparkles that envelops you and Mysterio and the entire stage into sort of puff of smoke. There's this white mist. The crowd gasps, leaning forward in anticipation. And when it clears, Mysterio has vanished. The crowd erupts into applause and just, oh my God, this is so amazing. This show has like one-upped the show from last year. This grand exit Mysterio has like burned into their memory. They will tell their children of stories of this illusionist and how incredible it was. People realize it's over, and you see sort of people start to mill around again. And what do you guys do? Free movement is on.
I wanted to ask my more magical friends, was that real magic words? So maybe y'all could like think about that with your magic minds.
Yeah, let's say who the magic users. That would be Glory, loosely Stephanos.
Also sense if magic is nearby, like real magic.
And start epic roll. And Arcana check. And this will be 10. And I show the DC because I'm that kind of a DM. And I hit the epic roll. Which is very controversial. Lots of GMs like to not show any of the rolls, and I'm way out there for you guys. Ooh.
I do.
And then what does Glory get?
Nice.
So Glory, well, first off, Stefanos, you scratch your noodle and you're like, I don't know, it seems real enough to me. So what Glory, and I think she would share this with you. What Glory tells you is yeah, for the most part, there is magic at work. It's just largely minor illusions, from what she could tell, from what she senses, right? These are parlor tricks, right? She's pretty convinced that Tyros, there was no magic that made him disappear. And it's starting to dawn on all of you that, the magician is gone and did not bring Tyros back as part of his act. So Tyros has been disappeared. So yeah, there's marginal magic. It's like parlor trick magic. It's nothing very deep.
So while they were doing that, I ran up to the cage and I was poking at the cage and trying to figure out where is he? Our friend burned to death.
Why don't I have all of you? Well, why don't all of you do an investigation to see what the hell is going on?
Yes. Okay, well, these are not the numbers we need, people.
Well, Jinjarin's 1 is apropos, it seems. I gotta roll for
I'm
Tyros.
just banging on the cage, why, Tyros? Why?
Your leader
Well,
has no saying. And we're just waiting for Tempe.
Good.
Sorry.
Wait, Tempe, have you rejoined the group? Are you up on stage or are you still milling around?
I'm still over by the bar.
Oh, well then you go ahead and roll just to close it, and then we'll ignore your roll. Matter of fact, you don't know anything that's going on right now.
No, I don't. My roll never came up.
Well, I kind of want to go check out the green tent that's right next to here.
Well, 2 shakes. So here's where we're at. So Tyros has a 20. Glory got a 14. Those are probably the strongest rolls. Yeah, so Glory and I'm sorry, Tyros isn't here, so ignore his roll. Jesus.
Of course he would get a 20. He's the one who disappeared.
Yeah, Tyros knows absolutely. He knows what's going on.
I was encouraged when I saw his roll. He's not dead.
Yeah, that's why he's at a 20, because he absolutely knows what's going on. He 100% knows. So Glory with her 14, and Alexandria, you with your 11. Let me move you over. Behind this stage, you see that this is there were some illusions for the fire and whatever else. He's not been burned up. But yeah, there's a trap door in the back of the cage, and looking down, you see footprints sort of leading away from the cage, sort of behind some equipment, and it looks like it does head over towards that green tent.
Well, let's go. Can we pry it open?
Pry the tent open? It's a tent. So I think you can. Over by the tent, what you do see is you do see that there is a couple of guards, guard Bernati and guard Lalina, stopping you from moving forward. So they're not going to let you in the tent, and they're sort of like,
"Hey, you there? What are you doing?"
Oh, hey, we're part of the act. We're here to meet back up with the magician and a friend.
Mysterio said nothing about friends meeting up in the tent.
Well, yeah, where else are we supposed to meet? We can't let any of these rubes see how the magic trick works, It's just for those of us in the know.
All right, I'm going to have you roll a deception check. Here you go.
This is gonna go great.
Is it one of your
It's definitely not gonna be
strengths?
a really low number.
All right, so here we go. All right, let's see what you do. Doesn't work. It doesn't hurt to try.
I mean, it can.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, it's not horrible.
And epic roll. Yeah, you it's not horrible, but this guard's like,
Look, I've been here most of the day. I'd rather be drinking ale, eating scones, funnel cakes, what have you. I see from the powder around your mouth you've had a funnel cake or two yourself. However, you've in no way, shape, or form been involved in any of the setup or the crew that was accountable for any of this stuff. So, what are your true intentions for trying to get in?
Dinjarin comes running back, following her, saying, "Guards! Our friend was burned alive! You have to help!" Clearly, I'm one of the rubes, but...
It was not, your friend was not burned alive. It's magic, it's Mysterio. He's not even a great illusionist.
No, legit. We just want to get our friend back, and based off of our understanding of this trick, I believe he's in that tent behind you.
Lilina, pop into the tent and see if there's anyone in there.
All right.
So she disappears into the tent, and sort of leaves you standing there. You hear her sort of walking around, and after a few moments, she comes back out.
Ain't no one in the tent.
Can I do an insight real quick if I feel like she's telling the truth?
100%. Insight. Ooh, belly gurgles.
Another mediocre roll.
Yeah, but mediocre will get you what you need. So yeah, look, not only is she telling the truth, you get the feeling like there is no one in the tent. There's sort of the flap is sort of left partially open. You can see it. It seems like, yeah, there's stuff in there. Your spidey sense says, the footprints led here. You need to make your way into the tent in some way, shape, or form. But there doesn't seem like there's anyone there. Yes, and there's no. You pick up no trickery. These are just sort of for hire guards doing their thing.
Well, can I? Are they stopping me from going around the tent?
They're stopping you from. They're keeping an eye on you. Like they know you want to be in the tent.
No, I just want to get to the other side of it. I'm not trying to sneak inside now.
Yeah, there's
Listen, what's your name?
Toph.
Toph. Look, Toph. There's no reason to go to the other side of the tent. There's nothing over there but grasslands and the river heading north. What's really going on here?
I want to find my friend, and I'm so scared now. I'm not.
You don't.
Honestly, where is
You don't strike me as someone who's afraid of much, Mrs. Toph. What did your friend look like?
He was really intimidating and excellent and good at fighting.
Intimidating? I saw no one intimidating come through here.
All right, pack it up, guys. He was burned up. Let's move on with the adventure. He's all gone.
Oh, he was. I assure you, he was not burned up. No, we're paid. We can't give away the tricks. But your friend is not. Your friend is not harmed, I'm sure.
Where is he?
How bad do you want to get into this tent here?
I will bring you funnel cake.
Yeah, I can get funnel cake myself. Are you stuffing coin in that funnel cake?
I think that would really ruin the texture, but I suppose I
Roast
could.
funnel cake. That's
Look,
how
you
you
know.
break a molar, dude. Come on.
Look, it's going to be a long night of festivities, and a couple of gold pieces in my pocket might, I don't know, cause me to perhaps wander away for a moment or 10 to get myself a beverage of sorts. I can't speak for my friend Lalina, but I can tell you that's 2 gold is what it's going to cost you.
All right, I'll make you a deal. I'll give you each a gold, and I'll bring you funnel cake right now, so you don't even have to walk over there. You can just go relax with your funnel cake.
Dinjarin hears what's going on and walks up and hands them both 1 platinum. Says, "Here, just let us all in, and
For
you
real?
don't even need to know that we were here."
Well, Dinjarin is all right. So let's remove 1 platinum from your character sheet.
Where,
It's in inventory, and
can I do it? There we
I'll
go.
do it. Oh yeah,
I
you can do it. Yeah, it's a different sheet now.
Yeah, it's not where I'm into it.
Did I tell you guys last time that there's a new character sheet because the person who maintained the one we were using quit, like they're no longer supporting it. So
Yes.
yeah. So just so you know, like the little there's on your inventory page and on your features, like there's that little picture of a fist. If you click it, whatever you click it will appear on your actions tab. So it's kind of the same as the other one. This one is, depending on which character sheet you have. The default character sheet will have tabs says actions, attributes, inventory, features, spellbooks, effects, and biography. If you click that little gear, you can also switch into where it says this sheet. You can change it to the compact D&D Beyond sheet. And if you hit save, it's actually kind of nice. It takes the character sheet and sort of compresses it into a one page to rule them all, and then you'll see your little tabs, are under the sort of the, I don't know, lower right hand corner. Dinjar and I inadvertently just changed your sheet for you while I was exploring it, so I found out that one. Yeah.
That threw me because also my sheet disappeared and reappeared. I was like, what the hell just happened?
I really think this is a solid sheet, honestly. Between this and the action panel, it feels like this is a pretty solid sheet. But you guys choose what you want to choose. That you can use whichever one you want. But that little fist works in both of them, right? So if you want to remove it, like say yours right now says like one of yours is unarmed strike. If you click that fist again, it'll remove it. And if you want to add it back, you just go back into either your spellbook, inventory, features, whatever, and do it there. All right. So on that note, these 2 guards wander away.
I turn back to the group, turn around and say, "Psst, come on, guys. Let's go in this cool tent." And walk into the tent.
Now, while you guys are in, I'm going to put free movement on. You guys can go into the tent if you want. What are you doing, Tempe?
I was going to talk to Karina.
All right, where's Karina down there? Let me get to you. All right.
Hello, love. How are the tips flowing this evening?
Oh, the tips are great, Mom. Thank you. Thank you for the work. I had 2 questions for you. One, how might I best get to this town called Torb?
Lork?
I was thinking
Are
of
you
getting
referring to
there as
Lork?
I moved through. Yeah, Lork. Yeah, that's it. See, I don't even know where I'm headed.
The slow route is you take the road. Take the road sort of northeast. It's a single road that runs all the way from the coast, the Sword Coast in Daggerford at the port, runs all the way through the Badlands, eventually coming out at the city of Flan. But that is a many day journey. The quicker
Sounds
route, though.
dangerous as well, the Badlands.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Badlands it's by name. Like your biggest danger in the Badlands is running out of food and water and succumbing to the heat and the sun. But there are some critters. There's a horde of giant scorpions and bandits and roving bands of bad guys that just just loot. There's not many ways to get across though, so it is not uncommon to have people make their way in. Now, the alternate route is if you can secure yourself some sort of a barge. The river is far more safe and a lot faster than traveling on foot. But if you're looking to travel on foot, I can hook you up with the stable master. You're going to want wagons and horses. If you're traveling by river, just throw a rock and hit a captain with a barge.
Right. Secondly, I thought I might take a round of drinks to our guest of honor, the illusionist.
Well,
So fill me up.
So here you go. Here's a platter of ale, and one glass of dandelion wine because he doesn't drink ale. He drinks this dandelion wine.
Oh,
That's his
good to
thing.
know.
He's probably if he's not on stage, check the green tent. That is where we stage events. That's sort of our green room, if you will. It's a green tent.
Excellent. I'll head on over. And as I walk over, I drop a potion of poison in all of the drinks.
All right. Consider that action complete, and make your way to where you're going to make your way.
Should I just roll or take one potion of poison out of my?
Yeah, you just
inventory?
delete. You're just going to get a couple drops, so just remove one potion.
Oh. No, I don't want to consume this.
Yeah, no, that would be bad. Want me to remove it for you?
I got it. One.
All right. Awesome.
Okay.
You still have your
All right.
voice on, man. Just so you know.
Karina voice, yeah.
Oh, I am so sorry. I had a fairy in my throat, but she's gone now. Yeah. So you're gonna head back over. So go ahead and head over. And
I'm just walking through darkness here.
yeah. And as you're going in, you see two guards, Bernati, and you zip right by them, and they're like, "Were those drinks for us?" And you just zip right by them.
I'll get back to you, loves. And
Now, I do have to ask you a question, Tempe. Why would you have poisoned the drinks since you didn't know anything that transpired? What outcome were you after?
Oh, just figured I could hand them out to whoever I needed to get past.
All right. And how much did you put enough poison to kill, or enough poison to make sick?
Make sick. I have an
All right.
antidote.
Awesome. So yeah, you find part of your group up on stage. You see Glory making her way around the back, and she said, "We're heading into
Yeah,
the
what's
tent."
going on
So
here?
she's like, "Well, let me go a voicing."
Tyros has disappeared. This jackass illusionist has disappeared him with some sort of parlor trick, and we're looking for him now. We're heading to the tent. That was where we think he's last seen.
All right, go ahead. I'll follow up.
So Glory sort of disappears into the tent, leaving you and Alexandria on stage. Alexandria, what are you doing?
Just enjoying being on stage.
Just bad.
Okay. I want to investigate, or I mean I would prefer perception because I'm not very smart. But I would love to do some kind of check about the physical apparatus in front of me and see if I can divine anything about what's up from there.
Okay, that would I think be. And that's an investigation.
Brutal, devastating.
Because you're investigating the trap. You're not trying to
Yeah, that's fair.
perceive it. Yeah.
That's
So-
fair.
All right. Solid.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is a combination. This is obviously a trickery, a cage for trickery. There is nothing really spectacular. Like you could probably get this at any magic shop, any hobby shop. It doesn't even seem custom made. It's very simple. There's a main gratuitous door going on the front of it, like sort of leading in. And then on the back, it looks like almost the entire back of it sort of hinges open, sort of hiding the fact that it's actually secretly a door. You see oil has been like liberally placed on the hinges so as to avoid any noise movements. It's very much freeze, very easily opens, doesn't make any noise. You see little pads where any pieces of metal touch together. Like this thing has been very thoughtful. It's cold to the touch, has never been heated up. So all of that was sort of illusionary. There's no false bottoms. It looks like it's very portable, like it probably gets thrown on the back of some sort of a cart and lugged from point A to point B. So it's just a very normal mechanical trick.
Okay.
It does look well used. It's pretty worn in. It looks like Mysterio has like done this. He probably travels around from city to city or something and performs, sleight of hand tricks, and this is sort of his big ta-da.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay, next I would like to use 20 feet of my movement vertically to take off and fly up above the stage and just look around.
All right. So you fly up in the air. Look at that. Perspective. You're now bigger. So you're 20 feet up. You don't have to worry too much about movement at this point. Feel free to, you're high above the stage. From here, you can see beautiful waterfall off to the east, a lovely river. Sort of moving on. You see those footprints leading into the tent. You also see what looks like some footprints leading from the back of the tent.
Okay, I'm gonna. I would like to use the rest of my movement to head in the direction of the footprints leading out of the tent.
You want me to take you there?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So you sort of head over, and then we run out of map. So this is as far as you go.
Awesome.
So you're sort of headed over there, and a couple of things that you see. You see that there's some. Well, actually, I'm going to make you roll an investigation. Investigation. And then I'll go to the party to search the tent in a second. All right, Alexandria, let's roll your investigation check. Are you You're landing, I'm assuming, at this point.
Yeah. That's more like it.
All right, so
wow.
So you're back to normal size. So yeah, you don't get much for a 7 beyond obvious visual cues. You see some footsteps. They sort of head down a little pathway that leads to the river, where you see a bit of rope sort of tied off, and there's a couple of rowboats like tied up there.
Okay, that sounds good. That'll be all for me for now, I think.
Okay, rest of team. You're inside of the tent. I'm assuming you want to search.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigation check.
Yeah, I want to look around and see if I could find clues as to who was here and where did they go, if anyone was in here.
All right, so I'll have everyone other than Alexandria and obviously Tyros. Tempe, are you joining them or are you staying outside?
I'll join them.
All right, in which case, then I will have you roll investigation.
I also want to try to find if there's anything worth taking in this tent.
All right. Ooh. Toph for the win.
I'm very skilled.
You are an investigator. We need a roll from Glory. I'll do that for her. And Tempe.
Yeah. Where's investigation?
Where indeed? 10. Oh no, it's an epic roll. It should be up on your screen. It's not there. Okay,
I rolled
click
from my
it.
character sheet.
Yeah, it just doesn't register. So I'm gonna roll from here, and we'll just use the one from your character sheet since you rolled it yourself, which is probably good because I got you a 10 and you had an 11. Toph for the win. So you guys are rifling through things. So anyone who got over a 10, please go into. I need to make sure I made this public again. Go into your macro, and hold on, configure ownership real quick. And all players, limited, save. Roll a what is it called? Random search. So anyone who got over a 10, please. Didn't more of you get over a 10?
I did not get over a 10.
I'm struggling.
Still not
Sorry, one
popping up for
second.
me. Want me to character cheat it?
No, it's in
the
your macro
little-
bar.
Yeah, the little magnifying glass in the macro bar down at the bottom. You're gonna have to roll for Glory though.
Da-doink.
Yeah, I'll roll for Glory. Glory, I have to, and it should be called search area.
I do not have permission to execute macro search area.
Oh, hold on. I
Yeah.
just
I'm messing up. I can't see where this is. I don't know.
okay. This is probably new to you. So in the lower left hand corner, that's what's called a macro bar. Okay.
Yes.
And then there's a little folder that says Browse Macro Directory.
Got it.
And you drag inside of public, you drag those to your macro bar. And your macro bar has there's 5 bars that you can scroll through. So the common ones you're going to want to put are probably like Whisper, Bio Break, Beverage Break, blah, 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 right? Search area. So just drag all of those down into your macro bar. And then you click one. And there is a new one because that's going to be coming soon. It's called Gather and Harvest because you guys are going to be able to start searching for things and finding recipes to make poisons or different potions or whatever else. But that's coming soon. So who has not rolled?
I have not.
Okay, I think Glory has not rolled either. I need to roll for her.
You want to roll for me, or is that harder?
I can do that if you want me to. I'm happy to do so. This one is for Glory.
I'm at my macro right now, but that'll save everybody some time.
Ooh. Glory found a +2 dagger. And you found a flask. So let me give you those items. And then one other thing. Okay, so Toph, giving you your flask. It is now in your inventory. The other thing that you find, well, first let me do Glory. And give her her shovel. Oops, I'm either a dagger. I don't know. I inadvertently rolled a second time, so she gets the dagger, not a shovel. Oh, she's not a +2 dagger. And Tempe, you got soap. So Tempe found himself some soap, which is some of you are probably like pretty excited about that. I don't know. So let me give you some soap. You guys can always delete things from your inventory if you decide you don't want them. So Toph, the other thing that you found, so you're looking through some things, and sort of in the waste bin, you find sort of a partially burnt note, and let me give it to you. So in your inventory, there should be a new item called BCOD Note Scrap. think it's probably at the bottom. It's yellow. And you can open it up, and if you want to share with your team what it says, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
I do want to. So real quick, inventory, is that items or is there a separate thing?
Wait, yours says items? Oh no, it's in your character
right
sheet. In your character sheet. Open your character sheet up. Yeah.
Opened, and then I'm looking for the word inventory, and I see it.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking for a yellow piece of paper.
No, you're looking for, like, in the inventory, you're looking for loot and something called BCOD note scrap, and it probably is highlighted in yellow. Yeah.
I got it. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I found this note, and it's got some writing on it, but it's kind of hard to see. It looks like somebody tried to burn it. So let me show it to you guys. Is there an easy way to just show everybody this, or should I read it?
I just inadvertently shared it through Tempe, but it's in the chat. You can see the note, but you should probably also just roleplay it.
Yeah, it's like, in Lorcum at the and spirit to await next alive but in their part. Yeah, this is, I don't get it. Do you guys get this?
It says I have insufficient permission
look at the
to
signature at
see
the
the sheet.
bottom. It's Black Cult of the Dragon, y'all.
And and for the rest of the party, who spent some time in the Aquatic Crypt, there's your eyes are immediately drawn to a name that sounds very familiar.
What did you say, Stephens?
I don't have permission to look at the note scrap.
Oh yeah, I was in the same boat.
Oh, all right, hold on. Very weird because it's doesn't belong to all of you. Which would make sense. So let me take I'll copy the text in the chat. And go to the chat. There you go. That's what it says. I don't know why it's saying it as Tempe. Oh, because I had Tempe selected. That's why. So if you look in the chat, that's what the note says.
Ooh, Brother Samuel.
Yeah, immediately the name Brother Samael like sears itself into your eyes, because you remember spending some time with him in the Aquatic Crypt.
And then I tell everyone what I learned from Captain Redbeard about, hey, I was chatting up with a captain, and he was mentioning that some, or the way he described it was, some of the cultists here were asking him about the mines of Theamar as well. Tethiamar this morning. And it sounded like they may have left not too long ago. I think there may be a connection between that and this note.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And you're not the brightest bulb your candle doesn't burn as bright as others, as you know. Just to course correct, there was no indication that they were heading to the mines. They were just asking about things that the mines came up.
But
so you don't know.
I may have thought of that.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know as your character. You can relay that however you want, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't imply a connection.
Oh no, I was just my character. I would have thought, hey, I think they're going to the mines. There might be a connection here between what he told me in the note.
So by now it's getting later into the evening. Time has passed. It's about 10:30 p.m. It's getting pretty dark. Those of you who won the Jumble Jester have secured a tent for the night. It's lavish. Your friends can sleep on the floor if they want, but there's only cots for 3. Also, Captain Smirts is, he's still sitting at tables. He's been talking to Captain Redbeard, sort of enjoying the festival. He's one of those guys who's going to close it down. So, what are your intentions with the knowledge that you have? What are your plans?
First, we probably should find Tyros.
Yeah.
I thought he was in the tent, but he's not here in this tent.
Yeah, I
Is
think
it
we followed the
possible-
footsteps.
Oh, go ahead. What was that?
Oh, I was thinking try to follow that footstep track.
Yeah, here's our last investigation of the round. Let me start it. And did you share all of this with Alexandria, who's just outside of the tent?
Yes.
Definitely.
Hello?
All right.
Everyone but her. No.
Not bad.
Now we're just waiting for. And did the epic roll not come up for you again, Tempe? It should be there. What does everyone else experience when they see epic roll?
I see the thing that with everybody investigation check with everybody in the middle of the map.
Yes, like it should pop up on screen. Let me check his character and make sure that Tempe is indeed owns his character. Yeah. I don't understand. And Toph, did it not pop up for you either?
I stepped away. I'll check right now.
Okay. You probably don't know this yet, but I'll click your button, Tempe, to end it. We'll have to troubleshoot what's going on. You got a 17, so you're the winner so far.
Maybe it's because he's disguised.
yeah, you guys see the bard make him in. You guys do see that Tempe is holding a platter of drinks. Dinjarin, you get pretty excited about that. You've had a few yourself. And there's no one else in there, so you have that platter of drinks, Tempe. Both Tempe and Alexandria, start to sort of chat. Tempe, I believe it was you who had gotten some information about like Seacomber, right, and the Badland, and it's sort of the interway to the Badlands, correct? So one of the places that you did hear is the little town of Lork. Alexandria hears what you guys are saying, and you understand what the note was saying. It means a little bit more meaningful. Like Tyros is gone. It seems that based on these tracks and based on sort of that burnt note, it's easy enough to intuit that like Tyros has been taken probably via boat downriver or upriver, I guess, north. Your assumption is based on the note and pulling these clues together that at least at some point he'll hit the city of Lork, unless they kill him along the way. But who can say?
I say we go get Smurfy and have him take us to Lork.
Are you long resting first? Are you going to do it in the morning, or are you doing it? You want to take off the night? He's pretty drunk right now.
Wait. We gotta
All right.
go. I'll help him.
Yeah.
I'm good at boats.
Make haste.
I could try to drive a boat.
So
but
so you guys,
don't have enough.
so you guys, Smirts. You guys have a little quick conversation with Smirts. What was his voice? I think this was his voice.
Yeah, all right. I'm happy to take you as far as Lork. And we'll be on the lookout for the foes again this time. It is a little more risky, so it's gonna cost you 50 gold. I've already got supplies on the barge. I'm good to go. To be honest with you, I was heading to Lork next anyway, so this is not a problem.
I toss him the platinum.
You are loose with the change, my friend. Holy smokes!
Here you go. Spare no expense on getting us there as fast as possible.
Well, that we may put a cover on. I mean, with the cover up, I have this lovely cover that goes over the barge that sort of obscures you from view and protects you from prying eyes. So, for a platinum, I'd be happy. Would you like me to put that on the barge?
Yes, please. If that speeds us up getting there, let's do that.
I think that sounds fantabulous. Now, Lean in, friend. I don't want all to know this. I am 6 shades of wasted. I will be sober soon enough, but if you want to leave in the moment, I'm happy to do so. But I'm gonna need a little assistance. For one, I'm gonna need to hold your arm to make it to the barge. Once I'm on the barge, you know, it's river, right? What can you hit, really? Well, I mean, the shores. But
I volunteer. I'm strong. I can help carry you on.
oh, thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, I see there's a tray of pints. You mind if I partake? Is that for the party?
That's mine.
No, these were for the magician, but I see he's gone. So I'm gonna take him back to Karina, collect my coin, and we'll be on our way.
Outstanding. All right, so when you guys are ready, we will head off.
And I think that's a good stopping point for today. A lot of narrative, but you'll be back on the river ASAP. I do need to ask Tempe, are you emptying out the pints, or are you just going to put them on the counter?
Yeah, as we walk back towards the entrance, I kind of lag back and just
So every
empty out those pints.
And as you pour them out, you see that the grass where they hit the ground sort of sizzles and browns with a little puff of smoke. Waste of poison. But it was a good plan. Even though you didn't really know why you were poisoning those drinks, but just in case. It was a just in case plan. Any questions or comments before we end?
Just I did minus another platinum from my sheet, so you don't have to do it.
Awesome. Then I will not remove another one. You are at some point going to wish you had money just if you keep throwing platinum at people.
I got plenty of it. Don't worry.
So the rest of the party, I mean, in all honesty, like you guys have seen Jinjarin now like throw platinum a couple of times, as if like whatevs. You also know that he's not the brightest guy. So at some point, you may need to do some sort of like coaching on the economy and cost of things, because he's really conflating.
Don't listen, Dinjarin. Money is made up, redistributed.
Classic Alexandria.
Is our aircraft following us?
I'm sorry?
Is our aircraft going to follow us?
Oh, you know what?
So Tyros has it. So Tyros has the calling stone.
Dang it!
So
the one guy who got taken.
So if he does indeed, if he activates it, it will follow.
Would we see it in the air, or does it fly too high for us to see? Like
It tries to fly high enough that it's obscured by clouds, right? To sort of not draw too much attention. But if you're really looking for it, you could probably spot it from time to time.
All right.
Close the door, Archer. Come on.
All right. So with that, any questions or comments? First off, did the illusion work? Where you from your guys' side? I don't see what you guys see. Did you guys see a cover and then magical sparkles and then fire?
Yes, we did. Or I did, at least.
It was spectacular. I did see that. It was very cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Tempe wasn't there, but
yeah, Tempe was he was pulling pints and making some coin, only to have Dinjarin like throw platinums at people. All right, so when we next play, you guys will be heading to the river on a barge, covered barge for a platinum, and making your way to Lork, where you think that you may find Tempe. The note said something about Ard, something wayward, something like you weren't quite sure what the words were, but you're looking for some place in Lork. You can always reinvestigate the note. All right, and if there's no more questions, then thank you, everybody, and you have a fantastic weekend.
Thanks, everyone. Next week is a wellness day.
Ooh, so maybe we won't be playing next week unless you guys want to play on a wellness day. But that you all do you. I think breaks are good too, personally. So we'll play again in 2 weeks.
Fantastic. Thank y'all, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Later, taters.
good.